Good morning, student. My name is Dr. Jaykumar Jain, Associate Professor, Department of Information Technology, Sagar Institute of Research and Technology, Bhopal, from Sage Group. So, today we will understand about the SQL. SQL, that is the structured query language. That is the part of the DBMS, Database Management System. So before understand SQL, we will understand something about the database management system. What is database, why it is, and how it is. So what is database? Database is the collection of organized information, or database is called the database management system. That means, if we can say that, suppose we have a student. Now student having the various type of information like student name, student age, student qualification, student marks. So these are the information which concern to the student. Now these collected information is called the database regarding the student. So you can say that collection of organized and coherent information is called the basically database, or that database when we managed, that is called the database management system. Why it is required? Because we want to organize the information of various things, like if you want to develop the project, or organize the database of hospital. So there is requirement of database management system for the hospital management system, for library management system. There are so many things. Everywhere when we design our project, so that part, so backend part basically covered by the database management system. That is basically database management system. Now how it is happen? For database management system, we have a various types of software like Oracle, SQL, Deep Server, Database Access, FoxPro, and DB2. These are the basically various types of technology, or like various types of database management software by which we can organize our database. Okay, now come to the next. So first of all, we will understand what is data and information. Data can be defined as a representation of facts that can be recorded, concepts or instructions in a formalized manner, which should be suitable for communication, interpretation or processing by human or electronic machines. So we can say that if we are talking with each other, so there are some voice. What is this voice? Voice is basically data. Okay, so that voice in the form of audio. So data can be in the form of audio, in the form of video, in the form of text. So there are various types of data. So that data is represented with the help of characters such as alphabets, digits or special characters. Okay, now information is organized or classified data which has some meaningful value for the receiver. Information is the processed data on which decision and actions are based. For the decision to be meaningful, or processed data must qualify for the following characteristics. It should be timely, it have the accuracy and completeness. Suppose if we can say that student, so simply student, there doesn't mean of student, but if we can say that student having the name, suppose Rahul, and Rahul having the 23 age, and Rahul lived at Bhopal. So we can say that Rahul is the student which is the 23-year old, and he lives in the Bhopal. So there are some meaningful information, and that information is accurate, should be accurate, and completeness. So we can say that is the information regarding the student is a object, you can say that. Okay, now come to the next. In earlier days, how to organize our information. So in stage 0, manual information system, there was manual information system. We organized our database in the form of records, files, index cards. Then at stage 1, we had sequential information system. So we organized our database in the form of tabs or files. Slow, non-interactive, interactive redundancy. These are the some drawbacks of stage 1. When we come to the stage 2, there was file-based information system. So our database basically, or our information is stored in the disk. Direct access or application program has its own file, data independence, data dependence, data redundancy. So basically we can say that in the stage 2, our data is stored in the files, and every data having its own file. And when we suppose want to exchange our data, so we have to we have a redundancy of files or redundancy of information. That is the one more drawback of the file based information or file based database system. Now come to the stage 3, that is the DBMS based information system, which is we are understanding right now. So it has generalized data management software, transaction processing. These are the some features of the database management system which we will explore in future or in further. Now definition of database management system. Database, that means collection of data. Management system is a set of programs to store and retrieve the data. So when we combine the database plus management system, so it become a complete software which used to retrieve the database. Okay, getting the point? As I already told you, database management system software, MySQL, Oracle, etc. are a popular commercial database management software used in different applications. Okay. Now, what is SQL? SQL or structured query language is an English-like language used to create and manipulate database. SQL is an American National Standard Institute standard for accessing database systems. SQL statements are used to retrieve and update data in a database. So we can say that SQL is a kind of language which used to retrieve the information from the database or perform the operations on the database. Okay, that is the kind of language. SQL works with the database programs like MS Access, DB2, Informix, MS SQL Server, Oracle, Sysbase. These are the basically some software which used for the for the DBMS. With SQL we can query a database and have a result set return. Types of statement in the SQL. There are 3 types of statement in the structured query language. First one is DDL, that means data definition language. Second one is data manipulation language, that means DML. Third one is data control language, that is the TCL. So first we understand about the DDL. Data definition language create and manipulate the structure, delete or define indexes of table in database. That means data definition language used to define the definition of the object or entity. If suppose we want to create the table for the student. So we write some statement for the creating the table. So that statement basically comes in the DDL, data definition language. Okay, now come to the data manipulation language. Data manipulation language manipulates the data in the table. That means, if suppose we have created one table by the name of student. Now I want to insert some data on this student table. So we perform some insert statement or insert command for the inserting the data in this particular table. So that command basically comes in the data manipulation language. Now third one is data control language. Determines who is allowed to what within the database. Suppose now we have some security concerns. Now I want to apply the some security access. Who will allow for the accessing the student, the information of student from the student table, or who are not allowed. So that security concerns basically comes in the data control language. Okay, getting the point? Okay. Now SQL grammar. As you know, every language having the some grammatical concerns or grammatical rules. So as it is here also having the some rules for the SQL, that means structured query language. So SQL statements are always terminated by a semicolon. That is the rule. Rule is that SQL statement, when we write the SQL statement, it always terminated by the semicolon. Suppose we are writing here one query, select customer underscore ID from customer. What is the meaning of this statement? This statement tells that select the customer ID from where customer table, from where customer. That means there is some customer table. So from this customer table access the customer ID. Okay. Now some more things about the SQL grammar. SQL statement can be entered on a single line or split across multiple lines. So as you see in this particular slide, select customer ID, customer name, credit line from customer, where credit line is greater than 10 lakhs and customer ID in 1000, 2000 semicolon. So that is the statement having the more than one lines. So this rule tells that it can be single line or split across multiple lines. So there is no issue regarding this. Okay, there are some rules. Now we have already told you data definition language. So these are the some commands for the data definition language: create, alter, drop, truncate, rename, and description. That is the disk. Okay. And now next, data manipulation language. That is also having some commands used to create, modify, and retrieve the data. That means insert into student. So select from the student table, update student, delete student. So these are the what? These are the, suppose we have a student table. Now we are performing some data manipulation language or DML commands on that particular table. Okay. Now data control language. It having two commands, grant and revoke. Grant means to given the permission for particular user, or revoke means take the permission from the particular user. So these are the some grant or revoke the privilege for the database. Okay. Now DDL creating a table. How to create the table? Use the create keyword and specify how. Suppose first of all we give the table name, then field that means a column, then column names, then field type, constant. After that constant. Suppose constant means what? There are some restrictions about the table, what should be, what should not be. That means there are some constant. Primary key, that means unique identifier for a record. That means if we apply the primary constant for the any column or any field, that means that all records should be unique. Foreign key, that means establish the relationship with another table. Check that constant tells value must be in the specified list. Okay, not null, that means there is no null value. Not null means there is no null value, must have a value for each tuple or particular column type. Unique, value must be unique. So these are the some constraints. DDL creating a table. So by using these keywords we create the table. So how? Suppose table employee EMP. So name table employee, and it's having the employee ID. Employee ID, that is the keyword employee ID, the keyword for the field, and number is the data type, and the size of the employee ID 5. Then file name, first name, and this field having the varchar 2 data types. The size of the first name is 20, as it is same for the another field also. So how it happen? Create table employee, then small bracket employee ID, number is the database data type, that's having the size 5. Then first name varchar 2 20, then last name, then gender, then SSN, salary, apartment number. Then after writing this statement we perform the run, then we will get the table is created. And now data manipulation language used to create, modify and retrieve the data. So here you will see now. By this, use the insert keyword and specify table name, field name, optionals, value for each field. Insert into customer value. Suppose then what is it? Tableau MA 2344.567. Okay, then what is Tableau? Tableau is the last name, then state CD MA, then cells how much it? 2344.567, and that will insert in customer table, which is created by the DDL command. Okay, so this is the table statement. Now in same process we can update our database, okay, or update the table. Then we can delete the records for the table also by using this particular statement or command. Now data dictionary. What's data dictionary? You will see something about the data dictionary. a metadata is the data about the data. That means it is called the data dictionary. It is the self-describing nature of the database that provides program data independence. It is also called as the system catalog. It holds the following information about each data element in the database. It normally includes name, type, range of values, source, access, authorization. Indicates which applications program use the data so that when a change in a data structure is contemplated, a list of the affected program can be generated. So basically we can say that what is data dictionary? Data dictionary is the data about the data. That means in which table we are inserting or storing our data. So that table is also having the some database. So that database is called basically data dictionary in a simple words. Okay. Getting the point? Data dictionary is used to actually control the database operations, data integrity and accuracy. Metadata is used by the developers to develop the programs, queries, controls the procedure to manipulate the data. Metadata is available to database administrators, designers and authorized users as an online system documentation. This improves the control of database administrators over the information system and the users understanding and use of the system. So that is basically data dictionary. So by this lecture we have understand about the DBMS, what is the database management system. Then we have understand something about the some features of DBMS. Then how the do the exercise on the DBMS. So by using the SQL we perform our operations on the database. So these kind of things we have covered in this particular lecture. Okay, thank you student. Do the exercise for that this particular lecture, and you will see something more in the next lecture. Thank you so much.